Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kevin with Outdoors with Kevin. Let's talk about panfish baits, because I was very stubborn on this topic for a long time. I had baits that worked and that's all I'd use, and I caught fish, and that's how it was. Well, through watching some guys like Creek Fishing Adventures and Ramon Outdoors, Creek Crawler, a lot of these aggressively average anglers, a lot of these channels that do a lot of this same kind of fishing I'm really into right now, which is ultralight. Mainly targeting big gills and crappie, and I catch a lot of bass while I do it. But anyways, I was always a Bobby Garland guy. That's all I threw. In fact, let me grab my old box real quick. I just thought about this. Actually, I can't remember where I put them. But anyways, all I used to use are the 2-inch Bobby Garland baby shads. I still have a box of them. It's around here somewhere, but I don't remember where I put it. It might be in here actually. Nope, nothing there. Anyways, y'all know what I'm talking about. Plastisol baits. You know, not very durable, but they work. You catch a lot of fish on them. Well, through watching some channels that I really like, the 4 I mentioned earlier, and I'd also like to give Kayak Catfish a lot of credit for me getting into this too, but I started experimenting with some baits. Alright? The most fish I've ever caught on a plastisol bait with a collared jig head where it rips down and rips them up, you know, I've probably caught 20 before. This bait right here, I used on 4 trips. This is a Z-Man Tiny Tickler in Bumblebee, which is black and green or black and chartreuse. I've caught over 400 on this lure. Over 400. And it could still be used. Now, this is what it looked like when it was new. But 400 fish and it's still catching them. I'm a believer, I'm a big time believer in the Elastec now. The only baits I use now that are plastisol are trout magnets and these tiny itty bitty swimmers. But watch. This is just for an example. Fish grabs this, he short strikes it. He stretches it, it doesn't break. Okay, it can stretch a long way. Plastisol bait. Little bluegill comes up, grabs it, doesn't get the hook. Tears it right off. Now that's why you get 20 of these in a bag, or 15, however many it is. These little micro finesse by Z-Man, you get 8 per bag, excuse me. Hopefully I can talk right. But those 8 are gonna last way longer than the 20 plastisol baits. I would say the one advantage to a plastisaw bait is it's a lot easier to hold your bait dead still. Like if you're dead sticking a crappie jig, like if they're just wanting it, you're holding it in a brush pile and they're just wanting it real slow and just sitting there, and you only want any movement, you thump into the rod or jig, that's all you want, then that's a bonus to plastisaw, because this stuff is so buoyant and it floats that, I mean, in the water, I mean, if a wave touches it, it's moving. I mean, it's gonna move. It's gonna be real hard to keep this 100% still. That being said, I still love them. Another sneaky crappie bait that I had no confidence in, but I have real good confidence in this bait as a bass lure. So I tried the Panfish version, and let me tell you, if you stand this little TRD up, this micro finesse TRD in a nest of crappie, one of them's gonna eat it. I've proven it. Another good thing is a slow twitch. You just swim it back and just slow twitch it, and they'll eat it up if they're on a retrieve bite. Anyways, I still love your standard trout magnet. I still love my little craw baits. These little crawfish, they're plastisaw, made by Trout Magnet, or Trout Slayer, I believe. Trout Slayer, which is made by Trout Magnet. Leland tackle. 1/64 ounce. Excuse me, Trout Magnet. I'm losing my train of thought here. But look at this bait right here, y'all. This is the Z-Man larva. It's called the larvas. This is in, I think it's called like hot chartreuse or something like that. It's like 1 1/4 inches. Look at that tail movement. You can just not even move it and that tail vibrates. Once it gets warm and them panfish, them gills get real active and start spawning, I'm gonna wear them out on this, and I know exactly where I'm gonna do it. I've still been trying to find them in black or brown, like a natural color. All I've been able to find them in is bright colors so far. Oh, another good bait to think about this time of year, especially like if you're trying to locate some spawning crappies, but like it's a broad area and you're trying to really pinpoint where they are. Get your little rooster tail, or not rooster tail, a little roadrunner or underspin, something like that. Get you one of these Z-Man Shad Fry Z's. Again, it's got that really buoyant tail, and you just get a whole lot of movement. And coming up, there's going to be a shad spawn here in Texas pretty soon. And them shad hit the bank in the mornings, and man, them hybrids and largemouths will be in there busting on them, and I will wear them out on this. But anyways, guys, I think that's it. I just wanted to give y'all, or have a little tackle conversation on these jigs that I've been using, and kind of tell y'all my train of thought on it. And I will say that if you're a budget-minded angler, Z-Man's the way to go. Z-Man is definitely the way to go when it comes to money. Hope y'all have a good day, and go get a thumb.